Down below us lays not the lost city of Atlantis, but another strange city in the middle of the New Mexico desert, City of Rocks State Park. Let's go check it out. So the rock that forms City of Rocks is volcanic tuff, and it was laid down about 35 million years ago in a massive eruption that was almost 1,000 times the size of Mount St. Helens, which erupted in the early 80s. And then the rocks, the City of Rocks, has been formed with cracks in that tuff, and as water gets in and erodes, it forms the buildings of the city. So this tuft was laid down by an eruption called the Kneeling Nun eruption, and you may have noticed a lot of these pockets in the rock. And our best guess is that these are air pockets. So when all this tuft was laid down as ash and all that kind of stuff, that these pockets were left, and as the rock has eroded away, it just leaves these pockets. I really love this one.
The Membranes Indians used to live in this area along the Membranes Valley. They would live along the river where they would grow the three sisters, corn, squash, beans. They also grew cotton. They'd use a mano and matate to grind that up to make similar what we call tortillas today. They are most noteworthy about their artwork that they did on pottery. If you'd like to see more of that, go to the Deming Museum in Deming, New Mexico. All right, big holes in the ground like this were very important. This would be good in the summer times when we got the monsoon seasons, get the big rains. It'd be an area where you could catch water, and they would come and collect water from holes such as this. These would be like the Membranes Indians.
We found a hole that is really interestingly round. We're not really sure how this happened, whether it's one of those air pockets or whether it's man-made. Who really knows?
A lot of these rocks are covered in lichen. I believe we've talked about lichen in some of our other videos before, but if you don't remember, lichen is a combination of a few different living things. It has a couple different species or maybe more of fungi in it, and then it has algae cells in it also. The fungus gives a home to the algae and soaks up water when it rains, and then the algae produces food for itself, and then the fungus also takes some of that food. Lichen can take a really long time to grow over the rock, so when you get huge patches of it like this, that can take many years to grow. And it is able to put a little bit of acid into the rock to help break it down and weather and turn these rocks back into soil also.
Maybe you can just bring it.
You're king of the world!
This is the agave stock that we call the century plant. They only bloom once every century. Look how tall it is. It can get up to 30 feet.
This is the agave plant. As you can see, it has very thick skin on its leaves. It's a succulent that is adapted to hold in its water very well in dry desert environments. And when it rains, the water can flow down the leaves and direct it toward the center of the plant where it needs it most. You might have heard of agave being used for tequila and things like that. So it's a useful plant in a lot of ways. Here's the lechuguilla plant, which is the signature plant of the Chihuahuan Desert. It just hurt me right there, so it has really nice spines on it to protect itself. Here's the great ocotillo plant, which can grow throughout the Chihuahuan and Sonoran Desert. Even though it seems like a succulent, it has spines all over it, it's actually more closely related to blueberry and tea plants than it is to cacti. It gets beautiful red flowers in the spring and summer.